You turned my life completely upside down. And since you've been gone, there's no peace of mind. A foolish heart and healing thought I would be fine. No matter where I lay my head, another town, another bed. No matter what I do, I'm still gonna be dreaming of you. No matter who I try to love, it's always you I'm thinking of. No matter what I do, I'm still gonna be dreaming of you. Your silhouette dancing on the wall. I try to close my eyes, but then I hear you call.
My channel, my name is Bekah. I just reheated my morning coffee. There's like nothing in here, but we just wrapped up homeschool. We are going to go to town. I'm gonna clean. If you're new here, I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom and a homeschooling mom. We decided to do school at the Lego table today. Sometimes it's just a chill morning. Oh my gosh, I think I have my glasses on. I have quite a bit to do. I have laundry going. It's almost done. I bought a huge bag of rice. I need to put that into the pantry containers. I'm gonna make a really super simple Italian sausage potato soup. It's so gloomy outside. I have a few clips from this week of a grocery haul, and then us putting up a whiteboard. Like I mentioned before, we are a full-time homeschooling family, and so our dining room has turned into our classroom, which I adore. I have no idea how to decorate it, so if you have any ideas, so please let me know. It's like off-center because of the studs in the wall, but I'm excited to turn it into like a cute area. I just don't know how to decorate that room, so if you have ideas, please leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love it if you join and say hello down below. I'm just a mom sharing my journey, and we're just gonna get on into it. Last night we had our sports practice, and I didn't do anything after dinner. I didn't even do the floors. I haven't cleaned the bathrooms. We are going to dust. I'm probably gonna break out the steamer. I don't know if I'll get to it in the bathroom, but I would love to because it desperately needs like a deep clean. So I'm just gonna bring you guys along with me throughout the day. I'll probably make another coffee. We're stuck in the house, so whatever I get done today is just gonna be in this video. Might be a long one. I'll try to keep it around 20 and 25 minutes. I feel like we're in need of a long cleaning video. So I have my to-do list. Make dinner, laundry. This is my mental checklist. We're gonna do the floors, we're gonna dust, vacuum, and then there's a few cabinets that I just need to rearrange and wipe out. So if you have anything you need to get done, get it done with me. Welcome to my home. I have a ton of cleaning content, mom content. I have a huge homeschool haul. I'm so excited to do that one. I haven't done a big homeschool haul since my kiddos were like super little, and a lot has changed. So if you're interested in any of that, don't forget to stick around. I would love to have you. Okay, so like I mentioned before, we are a homeschooling family, so oftentimes when the weather is raining or snowing, anything like that, we end up doing school in front of the window. It's just almost like a longing to go outside. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up school, and then we will move on. I'm gonna just quickly tidy up the dining room. Today was kind of a lighter day for homeschool, so we had been ahead a few days, and sometimes there are lighter days and there are heavier days. If you are a homeschooling mom, then you definitely understand that sometimes you do half of the day in the morning and half of the day at night, and sometimes you do 2 days in one day if the kids are feeling it, and some days you take the day off because you've been ahead. Anyways, I'm gonna clean up in here, and then we will move on into the other room. Let me know if you are a homeschooling mom how your year is going. We are almost a little bit over halfway. I think we're in our third quarter now, so we are super excited to finish up our curriculum and purchase new curriculum. I would love to know, if you are a homeschooling mom, what you use for geography and history and things like that. I feel like I find myself piecing things together. In a minute here, you're gonna see this is typical Rebecca. I love to clean things, and then sometimes when I'm cleaning, you get this little urge like, this space isn't really working for me anymore. This wall is always kind of like a conundrum because the front door opens, so you can't really put anything back there because the door swings in, and that half of the wall I feel like is always imbalanced, if you will. So randomly I decided I was just going to switch some things around. We are just going to shop our house and move some things around and make the space feel a little bit fresh and new. I just swapped out the mirrors, and then I moved that one over to a shelf. You'll see me here. It took me forever to get this little anchor in the wall because I didn't know where the stud was, and I'm impatient, didn't want to wait for my husband. So eventually I just get that hung up on the wall. I'm going to decorate for Easter soon, so I wanted just a different new space, and sometimes that means just kind of switching everything around, and then it makes you feel like you have a whole new room. Like I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, these are just a few clips from the last week or so, and I wanted to update. If you're following along our garden journey, I feel like it's been going on for quite some time now. We are expanding quite a bit this year. I built these beds. I'll have a video up on that later. We are expanding quite a bit. We planted quite a bit as well, and I feel like this is one of those reminders just in life that you're never completely finished, and there's never going to be a right time. The best time was yesterday, 5 weeks ago, a minute ago, you name it. Just start. If you're waiting on something and you don't know and you're an over planner like me, you overanalyze, and then it's like decision fatigue. Well, where do I start? Just start. Take a small step, and I feel like that's what I'm doing this year with the garden. These actually are dormant, so I feel like I should have planted them inside. It's a ton of berry bushes. I don't know if that one's gonna make it. That's why it snapped, but it's still green inside, so we're gonna hold out hope. Our winter sowing is actually looking pretty good. I want to say about 60% of our jugs have things that will actually fruit. A lot of them have grown some sort of mold or algae. I'm not quite sure what's going on in those, but we're gonna leave them and we'll tend to them or resow them later when we are past our last frost date. A lot of this stuff has come back up from last year. I have garlic in here, I have onions, I have a ton of zinnias. I'm just really excited for the spring garden. This was always meant to be a pollinator garden, but we have sown quite a bit in this bed, so I honestly don't know what's gonna pop up at any time, but these zinnias have come back stronger and stronger every year. I think this is year 2 or year 3. So it's 11:50 and I realize it's literally just about lunchtime. That's when things kind of get a little hectic in here. So lunchtime for my kiddos, my husband, before everybody gets into the kitchen, I want to throw dinner together. It needs at least like 4 hours. I just like the soup to cook longer, obviously has more flavor. I would naturally use bone broth, but I don't have any, and the one that we bought at Costco we love. If you ever see bone broth at Costco, it's so good. I don't remember the name of the brand. It's a super simple soup. It's Italian sausage. Normally I use diced tomatoes in the can, but randomly I had a can in the pantry and it had like peppers in it, and it was so good, so I'm just gonna use Rotel. I'll probably rinse like half of the can so it's not spicy. I brown the Italian sausage. I'll leave a recipe down below, but it's super simple. I'll brown the Italian sausage, throw in some garlic, whatever seasoning you have. I use little like creamer potatoes. Use whatever you have on hand. And then I'll throw in, sometimes I'll throw in some bacon, sometimes I'll throw in kale or spinach. Sometimes we do it without. I have a huge bag of kale. It's kind of like a zuppa toscana, but like also not. That recipe I kind of like wing it every time I make it. The base of it is Italian sausage, some diced stewed tomatoes in a can. Use fresh, whatever you have. Chicken broth, beef broth, and then I'll throw in like garlic and Italian seasoning. And then the last hour or so, I'll throw in some heavy whipping cream, or you can make a cornstarch slurry. Just use like 1 part cornstarch, 1 part water. Start slow and it'll thicken up your broth. I'll throw in heavy whipping cream, and then I'll throw in kale like maybe 20 minutes before I serve it. Top it with fresh Parmesan. It's delicious. Make some bread in your bread maker, and dinner's done and we have leftovers for the next day. So I'm gonna whip that up, throw it together, and let it start stewing so that I can just continue to clean. My laundry's almost done, so let's just get it. Recipes like this save the day. Anytime I'm cutting Italian sausage or any sausage for that matter, taking it out of the casing always grosses me out. I don't know why, but ever since I was pregnant with my first son, it's just anything with raw meat. It's just not for me anymore. I'm gonna get this recipe going. I love dump and go. It's practically dump and go. All you have to do is brown the sausage. And again, I always say this with any recipe that I share, use what you have on hand. You don't have to follow a recipe to a T. That's super fun. And a lot of times those recipes, I will just kind of take it with a grain of salt and kind of just do whatever I feel will work best for our house. And I feel like that just is another metaphor for life. Do what works best for you. And if something in the recipe is something you know your family's not going to enjoy, either just take it out or substitute it with something different. This maybe takes like 15 or 20 minutes to throw together, and a lot of that is just browning the meat. So I'm going to do that so that we have a nice warm hot meal. Throw some flour and ingredients in the bread maker and you have a really delicious, like super warm and toasty meal. I love it, and it's always in the back on our repeat. We cook the same meals all the time, and honestly, it works out.
Connection, but they only care for their own reflection. I tried to blend in, but I'll never be like them. Out here, I'm someone else. Honey, with your eyes just taste so sweet. Honestly, don't believe a thing they say.
So I think this laundry was done either a day or 2 days prior. I say it all the time, but pick your most dreaded task and do that maybe the day before. Do it, the day after. Pick a time to get one of your most dreaded tasks, or for me that's always the biggest task, which is laundry. For bedding, it takes forever to dry. Blankets and sheets and pillows and all of that, stuffed animals, whatever you're doing. If it's your bathroom, maybe do that on a separate day. That way you're not dreading this massive list. Get it out of the way, get it over with, and I promise you, when you wake up to clean your house the next day or maybe that afternoon, you're gonna be so incredibly thankful that it's just like done. Get it out of the way. If you're like me, then save the best for last. So here's a picture of, or a video of, the whiteboard. We threw this up one day. We ordered it off of Amazon, and honestly, I am a visual learner, visual teacher, and I'm learning that my children are visual learners as well. And the older we get, the more concepts we're getting into, I find that this is just going to be incredibly helpful. So my husband found the studs. I patched the holes. The holes weren't that big, and I'm not a professional, so don't come at me for how I patched them. I just use my finger. We're going to end up repainting the house, so we'll fix those on another day. But here's the whiteboard. If you have any suggestions, I would love to decorate around it. I was thinking about open shelving. I was thinking about hanging some plants. I'm not quite sure. I want some decor. I don't want it to feel completely like a classroom, but that's what it is, and we love it. It's been working absolutely amazingly. I'm so excited. So here is a grocery haul. We picked up a ton of dairy items, yogurt, carrots, celery. I always like to have these on hand, especially for juicing. I try to sink them in as much as I can. I can use maybe like half the bag of oranges, and my kids will still taste it. They know it's in there, but at least they'll taste the vegetables. I actually got a new nail kit, gel nails. If you've ever done those, let me know, because these were absolutely beautiful, but they only lasted like 2 days. So I am 100% a press-on girly. I'm quite new to the gel nails, so if you have any tips, definitely let me know. And we see a sale, we always stock up Nutri-Grain bars. My kids call these breakfast crackers, the Belvita Crunchy. Those are so good, especially if we're going out for the day. Those are nice to just kind of have as a dry snack, as something that I can keep in the car and they're not going to go bad. Dino Nuggets, yogurt, my favorite coffee of all time. If you have any recommendations, leave them down below. I change coffees like the wind. And a ton of salad, cabbage, deli meat for sandwiches. It is sports season right now, baseball, and so it is just nice to have something in the back of the fridge that I know I can whip up a super quick dinner after practice or after a game. Apples, milk, and here we go. We're gonna get back into cleaning. This is a mirror. It was from my husband's family, kind of like a family heirloom, and it kind of floats around the house. I've actually thought of using was it the gold rub and buff. I feel like this would be absolutely gorgeous as a gold almost gold leaf, but not really, but like the antiqued gold. Let me know your thoughts. I've toyed around with this idea for years and I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm afraid if I ruin it, then there's no going back. So let me know your thoughts down below. Maybe I'll do a poll somewhere in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm gonna freshen up this room. There's really not much to clean in here, but there's so much to do as far as dusting is concerned. So put this on your TV, save it for later, put your headphones in, get something done with me, take your laundry out of the dryer, take this 5 minutes to clean with me, get your dishes done, or organize that junk drawer that you need to do.
It's not real, it's just pretend. Honey, all your lies just taste so sweet. Concrete jungle where dreams are sold. But your lips are worth more than gold. We don't fit in here 'cause we're too broke. Thank God I found you there in the smoke. All I wanted was a little affection. They only care for their own reflection. I tried to blend in, but I can't fake it. I don't wanna be someone else.
To do really big videos where I would clean the whole house, deep clean, and then decorate at the same time. I feel like I'm gonna split it up this year. We are definitely decorating for Easter. Easter is one of my favorite holidays. It flows right on into spring, which is when the garden is just alive, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait. So I'm gonna clean as best I can in here. We're not gonna declutter yet. I feel like there's another decluttering video. I can feel it in my bones. Do you ever get that like wave where you're like, yep, I'm going through the house. It's gonna be this month. It's coming. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't. I am in the mood to declutter once more. We did a huge declutter last year and I feel like it's just coming again. So I'm gonna clean and dust as much as I can in here. I'm gonna get behind the sofa, get behind all of the big furniture. I haven't done that in a while. You're gonna see my hack job of a paint job. I ran out of paint and I was like, you know what? No one's ever gonna look behind the sofa, so we'll tend to that another day. But so far, I'm really loving this pop of color in here. I feel like it feels like a really cozy cabin or cozy den. I'm gonna play quite a bit of music behind this room. So again, get up and get something done with me if you haven't finished it already.
But someone can do it. It won't be easy. But someone can do it. It won't be easy. But someone can do it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. But someone can do it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. But someone can do it. It won't be easy. But someone can do it. It won't be easy. But someone can do it.
Funny story, finding a sofa for this room was incredibly hard. My husband and I couldn't find one until we finally stumbled on this one online at Costco, and it literally fits by like a few inches. So I'm like, this sofa is going to be with us forever because it fits in this room. It's just odd to kind of figure out where things go. I would love to put the TV in front of the window, but then it blocks all the natural light, so we're kind of just stuck here. I swore I saw a spider on the back of this little chest of drawers, and thankfully there wasn't. Spiders are just not my friend. Anyways, I'm gonna move on into the floor here. They just needed to be mopped really quickly. I am super excited. We got a new chicken coop in the back. It's a chicken tractor and chicken coop, so I'll throw that video up sometime later this week. But for now, we are doing a super super simple vacuum and mop. I love this. It's amazing. It is a little bit to clean. It's not the easiest to clean, and if you're not on top of it, it'll start to smell. But if you take it apart and you're on top of it after every time you clean the floor, this saves my life every week. It's a really simple way to vacuum and mop the floors if I don't have the time to do a hand mop or use a traditional mop and bucket. So I'm gonna get that done, and then we'll move into my kids' bathroom and do a super quick tidy up in here. Have any plans for Easter? Let me know. Do you guys do Easter egg hunts with your family? Do you do them around your backyard, your front yard? Do you go to local ones? We tend to kind of do a little bit of both. I think this year we are going to do it in the front yard and the backyard. We do that every year, but then we might end up traveling and do one with family. Let me know if you have any plans. Are you staying at home? What does your meal plan look like? I feel like I get tired of the turkey and ham and like traditional. A lot of times my husband and I will just make something that we love, and it's not the traditional holiday meal. This is something new. I feel like the Lysol toilet bowls, the one cling that you see hanging in there, doesn't work as good as it used to, so I'm trying the scrubbing bubbles, and it smells pretty good. It's not overpowering, especially for my kiddos. I'm going to scrub out their bath and then move on to another part of the house. Really good to clean most of the house today, especially because we were stuck inside. You can literally see that the backyard is just a hot mess. There's stuff everywhere and it's muddy, and we had to lay things down and just in the middle of everything. But it's kind of nice when you're stuck inside because you're like, well, I might as well do this. I can't take the kids anywhere. You know, no one wants to get wet. So I decided that I was going to reorganize these cabinets. They've gotten kind of in just absolute chaos, and I'm to blame for this. I'm the only one that gets in these cabinets on the day-to-day because I'm constantly cooking, putting food away. So reorganizing these cabinets, it literally took me like 2 minutes, and of course this is sped up, but I decluttered a few items. I made sure that my jar, I feel like I have a hoarding problem when it comes to jars. I save pasta jars, soup jars, you name it, you'll find it in my cabinet. I use them for iced coffee, storing food. I feel like you can never have too many jars, or can you? I don't know. So I'm going to declutter these and reorganize everything. If you hung out with me this far, don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. It lets me know that you like this kind of content, videos with a little bit of everything in them, and also that you are sticking around. So don't forget to say hello down below. Give yourself grace today and genuinely just start in one place. Start that thing that you've been meaning to start. When you know, you look at your list and you have 18 things to do before you start. Sometimes it's just better to start, and I don't know if that's the correct advice to give you, but I feel like for me, it can be debilitating with all of the lists and the schedules that I come up with, and sometimes it just leads you to not start. So I hope you guys have an amazing start to your week. I would love it if you say hello down below. I will see you guys in the next video.